I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 238 of the program. Tonight we are talking about Argentinian export When Evil Lurks, directed by Demian Runya. I hope I'm saying that right. How would you pronounce it?
Just like that.
That's very helpful.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like that?
Mm-hmm.
My name's Amy. I'm your fearless leader. That other voice you heard is Jamie, my co-host. Hello, friend.
Hola.
Hola to you. What did I say earlier? I said ayúdame, and you thought I said, I'm doing great. How you doing?
Yeah. Well, you know.
I need to brush up on my Spanish because I'm going to Mexico next month.
Ooh.
Yes, but I haven't started yet. And last time Duolingo helped me not at all. Not at all.
Supermercados. Despiadadamente. I know that's not right, and I still don't even remember what that word means, but
I don't know what it means
it's
either.
Classic.
Despiadadamente.
It's way off. Anyways,
they say motherfucker a lot in this movie, and it's, what is it, puta madre? And I keep saying that. And
it's fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it. A lot of swearing. It's a unrated movie, but I'd say it's an R for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's safe.
It's also a movie about possession, but an ungodly one, which is interesting. And we'll get into that later. But I figured we'd talk about possession in movies for our roundtable tonight. And what is our favorite or the best example of possession in a movie? So, Jamie, what are your thoughts on this, our roundtable question?
On this here, our roundtable question.
On this, the part of the show where we talk about the roundtable.
Yeah. I don't, again, as always, not sure if it's the best or favorite, but one that always sticks in my mind and I love, but also because I love the movie, is the possession scene in The Witch. And I really love it for multiple reasons, because that little boy really kind of sold it. And and it's a weirdly slightly sexual one. Mm-hmm. Not saying that but it was he's possessed by the witch woman. And so she's kind of being seductive and stuff. And I just feel like every time I watch it, he just really does a really great job with that scene.
He comes close to stealing that whole movie, I think.
Yeah. And even though it's not I know we brought up the American Horror Story season 2 possession scene before, even though it's not a terrifying scene like that, just the fact that what's being portrayed and how well he sells it, and the fact that it's this Puritan family and they're witnessing this, and he's such an innocent kid that
right.
It's just a very impactful possession scene that I think is pretty unlike ones you'd normally see, where the individual tends to get physically uglier, and
right.
It's usually demonic, hateful stuff, and this was just very sort of seductive and
kind of,
I don't know,
vulgar and blasphemous.
Yeah, it took a very interesting turn on it, which, I mean, The Witch is still without a doubt one of my absolute favorites, so it really just adds to the movie as a whole. But that scene always stands out to me because I just think it's super well done, especially for a little kid.
That's a great answer. I hadn't thought of that one. Now my answer feels kind of silly because I was going to go with the Evil Dead remake. I really like Mia in that.
I did too.
And how creepy she is, and how the willingness to hurt herself. Mm-hmm. When she slices her tongue with the box cutter.
Evil Dead, that whole movie is good for weird possession scenes. When the one girl uses the electric turkey cutter thing.
Yeah.
And cuts off her arm.
Yes. And I like the possessions. I rewatched, and I think I might have talked about it on the show already this year, but I rewatched The Dark and the Wicked, and I like some of the possession scenes in that quite a bit. especially when the main character, what's her name, Marin Ackerman, or no, that's not it. It doesn't matter. With a blonde woman that's in that, when she starts cutting up her face.
Oh, yes.
With the knife. It looks kind of fake, but I like the way that they did it.
Or the girl in Evil Dead, in the bathroom where she starts cutting up her face, and all you hear is like the wet dropping of skin in the sink and like the sawing. Ugh. Yeah, that's a good choice just for like gnarly effects.
Right, but as far as like chilling possession scenes go, I think you've got the best one.
Thanks. I think so too.
Don't mention it. What's your favorite scene in The Exorcist?
My favorite scene in The Exorcist. That's funny. I just kind of recently rewatched that not too long ago. I think I've brought it up before, but I have two, and they're very like tame in comparison to the movie as a whole, but it's the scene where she comes down and pees on the floor. And when you hear her run down the hall upstairs, and it's like super fast, like you just hear really fast footsteps. For some reason, those two scenes I found to be incredibly unsettling, even when I watched it for the first time when I was younger, which is nuts because the rest of the movie is crazy. But like, I think I just like a little subtle horror, and things that are just like where you can tell shit's going bad and you can't really tell why. You don't see any sort of like physical changes to her or anything. She's just like, and what does she say when she comes down? She's like, you're gonna die up there. Yeah, you're gonna die up there, and then peas like that is just so.
There's an astronaut there.
Yes. So it's just such a weird, unsettling scene, and in front of a bunch of people, and it's just very shocking.
That's a good one, and very transgressive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of transgressive stuff in that movie. I think my favorite scene is when Damien's in there with her, and he looks at her, and it's his mom in the bed.
Oh yeah,
just the one shot of her in the bed and the way it's lit and stuff really scared me when I was little, and now.
Yeah, it's a good one. That movie still holds up. It's still a solid scare.
Just building the characters and enough that you know why what the demon is saying to them is upsetting, you know?
Yeah.
The way that the characterizations of them were built up. I haven't heard anything good about the Exorcist prequel movie or sequel movie.
Not a damn thing, no. And I do not regret not watching it or covering it. I think we made the right choice there.
Listeners, if you saw it, I would love to hear what you thought of it. I'll watch it when it comes on streaming eventually, I'm sure. But I'm scared it'll piss me off. Won't. I hate to think of Ellen Burstyn in a piece of hot garbage.
It's all right. Got to cash a check.
I guess so.
I'd be in a piece of hot garbage if someone was like, here's a check for it, and it required, like, I don't know, a week or two of work.
She's like, my grandchildren need Mercedes. Fine, I'll do it.
Exactly, yeah. I rewatched a bunch of the Saws.
Did you?
Like, during October, yeah.
Oh, should we do the Saw movie? The Saw X or whatever?
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe when it's streaming.
Okay. That's fair.
They're all streaming currently on Hulu right now.
And which one's your favorite?
I mean, the first one.
Yeah.
It's classic. And plus that twist at the end was, I mean, that's one of the more solid, like, horror twists in a while.
I agree.
You just don't really see it coming, and it has that iconic music. And the first three are actually pretty good, and then we get, what's his name, Costas Mandylor.
Costas.
And then it just kind of like derails for a while. But they're still, I don't know. I'm still fond of like just the cheese factor.
They're fun in like the Final Destination kind of way.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you call those?
So I am interested in seeing
Rube Goldbergian horror. There's got to be a shorter term for them.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, I guess. Like, what were the other ones? Like, was it The Collector?
Yeah.
Weren't those movies kind of like that?
Yeah.
I liked at least the first one.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I think we chose the superior possession movie that came out this month.
I think so.
I think so too. Shall we start talking about it?
That's why I'm here.
Listeners, I know we didn't cover a lot of good possessions. I mean, the ones we covered were fun, and Jamie got a good one. But if you have any other ones that you want to share with us that we missed, hit us up. Okay, let's start talking about When Evil Lurks. I finally got the title down, but it took me a million times. I kept trying to look it up and not remembering.
I didn't even remember it until I opened our notes. For some reason, it just
It's just a
stick.
very generic title.
Yeah.
So is Terrified,
True, yes.
which is also by the same guy. So let's get
Yes.
into it. Let's have the stats, please.
Okay. This was written and directed by Demian Runa. It's unrated. Runtime 1 hour 34 minutes. It stars Ezekiel Rodriguez, Louise Zembrowski, and Damian Solomon. It premiered at Toronto International Film Festival. I couldn't remember for a hot second what TIFF meant. September 13th this year, 2023. It was released in limitedly in theaters on October 6th of this year, and it is currently on Shudder. It came out October 27th on Shudder. For Rotten Tomatoes, it's currently sitting at a 99% fresh for critics and 57% fresh for audience.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Very confusing.
Is it
Maybe
'cause of
people
how it
don't have
ends?
the patience for
I think it's pretty action-packed.
film.
Maybe they're just rating it
Subtitles?
low on the subtitles alone.
I mean,
My
maybe
subtitles
it's the ending,
were
but
not totally great, but well, we'll get into it all.
yeah.
What is it about? Well, it's a possession movie. In this movie, they kind of treat possession as a disease. It's sort of possession for the post-COVID era. There's not a priest that comes, but a cleaner from somebody that's hired by the state that's supposed to come. These two brothers in this little village in Argentina, they discover a possessed man on their neighbor's property. And the possessed man is kind of infecting the nearby livestock and making things a little weird. So they attempt with the owner of the property to move the guy from this location and thereby unleashing the demon on their friends and family and themselves.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what it's about. Jamie, without spoiling this lovely movie, what did you think of it?
I really liked it. This movie was gnarly. And in similar fashion to Terrified, like once it gets started, it's like relentless. And it just keeps going. And it's very intense. And the gore is really great.
Chef's kiss.
Super great. Like the practical effects or like the costuming of the rotted guy.
That's what they call them, the rotted.
Yeah, in the beginning was disgusting.
His crotch. Do you remember his...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll never forget that crotch.
No.
It was disgusting. Like in a visceral and wonderful way. Just because like
Very evocative.
it was so good. And you are sucked into it right away. And it took a minute at the very beginning of the movie to just try to like not get the pacing of it, but like where the story was going or what was happening.
It was a little confusing at first.
Yes, and I was kind of like, what are we doing here? Like, where's this headed? But then I think kind of like once you do get it and you put the pieces together, like after I think it was more like the first few deaths that you see, like that part was confusing, but then I got it sort of like right after that.
Yeah, they sort of start the movie where the characters know what's happening, but you don't.
Yes.
And it takes a little bit, which I liked. I thought that was kind of cool.
I did too. It was it was confusing, but not necessarily in like an unenjoyable way.
I would prefer that to an info dump. I mean, they do give you a little bit of like a rule dump later, but I like the fact that it was just like, this is a matter-of-fact thing that these people know, and you just have to go with it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I thought I just thought it was really good as far as possession movies go. Again, it kind of took like an interesting twist on a classic possession movie. It wasn't so like we have to get a priest in here.
Right. There
was this idea that like there has to be a very specific individual who knows what they're doing to come in and take care of it. I liked the rules. I liked how it affected animals.
Yeah.
First, just because that was very, I don't know, it was just cool to see play out. And there is one scene in particular, and you and I both were like on board with that one.
Yes.
That it was like I saw it coming. I knew where it was going.
They want you to see it coming, for sure.
But they went there with it, and like they went there in a way where it totally shocked me. It was just like kind of rough to watch, but I was also like smiling. Like, you never see this. Like, it's just so rare that a movie goes to those lengths. Like, when we get into spoilers, obviously be more descriptive, but
sure.
like,
but if you've watched it already, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is a very graphic scene and
very triggering.
Very triggering.
There are big trigger warnings for harm to children in this movie.
And animals.
Yes. But primarily children. There have been way worse triggers for me in movies than this one.
Yeah, I'm not triggered by that necessarily. We've talked about this. I'm not a sicko, but like it's just I just think it takes a very ballsy, gutsy movie to go there. I feel like so many times they like shy away from it, and for that exact reason, that it's triggering for a lot of people. So it's going to turn off a lot of audience because they don't want to see that sort of violence.
Right.
And especially in this scene in particular, like, who's the thing that's doing the violence? It's like, it's rough to watch.
Yes.
But it is an incredibly effective and intense scene.
Oh, yeah.
And it is absolutely in keeping with everything else that you see in this movie. Like, it's just, the movie is just relentless. Once, like, with the violence and the gore and those sorts of things. Like, I had a fun time watching it. It was a good movie. It was like, I watched Terrified, I think pretty much like right after it. I was having a lazy day last weekend, and so watched both of those. Mm-hmm. And Terrified was the same in a similar way, in that like once shit starts happening, it never stops.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I texted Becky and recommended this movie to her, and that's how I explained it. It's like, man, once the violence and intensity starts, like it just keeps going, and it's like you're all in for that. Like, it's intense through the end. And she was like, oh, it's like that, sounds like that movie Terrified. And I was like, actually, it's the same director. It's
yes.
so like
how odd of you to say so.
I know. So she'll watch it too. I'm curious what she says. But I thought it was well made. It was like gritty and like dirty feeling and gross, and it had this sort of like sepia brown hues to it, you know, like it wasn't a very bright movie, like super colorful or anything like that, other than like maybe some blood. But it just like, you had the feeling that you were there and like bad things were happening, and it was like almost like infecting this town, which it essentially kind of is, slowly infecting things in this town. But I think the way it's filmed and the way scenes play out and how everything looks in the setting, like you really feel that. So yeah, I liked it. I'd give this like a 4.5 maybe, and I'd recommend it carefully.
Right, with the caveat that it's very intense, very gory, and has a lot of triggers.
And it has, so if you can handle that stuff and that's not something that tends to bother you, I think you're in for like an interesting, intense watch of an interesting new take on possession stuff.
Yeah, I think this guy has a really nice and unique voice, and I like the way he handles his movies. They're very bleak, and that's the only reason I can think that it would have such a low rating. Unless maybe people were just so put off by that particular murder in the movie or the other violence towards children in it.
Possibly.
It's hard to say. I really enjoyed this as well. I thought that the special effects were terrific, just really visceral and gross. But I also really liked the story. I also liked the rules, and I liked the way that they were delivered to us. Mm-hmm. I liked the characters and the way that they let their backstories kind of come out organically. I thought that the writing in this was very good. I thought that the writing in Terrified was good too, but this one I think is an improvement on that.
A little more polished.
Yeah, the story has more of a flow and more of an action movie feel. Mm-hmm. And I think that it moves along in a nice clip. It feels really full, and I don't think that it ends. It ends abruptly, as does Terrified. But I think it ends on a great note, and I don't know how else they would have ended it, honestly, except for there's one thing I want to point out after spoilers, that I think it could have ended on a more ominous note. And but they chose to make it more of a humanistic kind of focus at the end and less of a Twilight Zone-y ending. But I kind of would have liked that better, maybe. But
maybe.
I would also rate this maybe a 4.5. I think this is my favorite movie we watched this year.
Oh, it's definitely up there.
To me, it's down to this
remember.
To me, it's between this and Infinity Pool.
I was just going to say, I know I really liked Infinity Pool, so
those are my top two so far this year. I liked how godless it was, how they kept saying, well, the church is dead, and I liked how everyone just accepted that. And accepted that this was more of a modern thing, but it's still tied into folklore and demonology and stuff, but they make it more of a modern affliction.
Yeah.
And I liked that it was sort of, it could have gone much better than it did. It was sort of a series of horrible choices made by these main characters. There were these people that they could have listened to and been okay, but they just didn't fucking listen.
They just didn't listen.
They broke the rules. They, they kept screwing up and making bad choices. And because of that, they got a bunch of people killed, and they, in essence, might have ended the world.
Yep.
I think that's a terrific story. I really enjoyed this.
I mean, people just do, no matter what, make stupid decisions.
I guess that's true. It also had some interesting stuff to say about, the way that the government handles things, and how the boy was reported, the possessed boy was reported a year back, and the police just had been dragging their feet on it and not doing anything.
Yeah, they're like, we don't need to do anything about it.
Just a bunch of men making bad choices and not listening to women, and this is why things get screwed up.
Yep.
So I think 4.5. I really enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll say too.
So we definitely recommend this one. I want to get into some of the nitty gritty here and talk. Well, let's talk about the characters. What did you think about the characters? Did you have a favorite? Did you like the addition of an autistic child? I thought that made things pretty interesting. It definitely helped to ratchet up the tension of having him just yelling repeatedly in the car while he's trying to figure out what to do.
That's why I liked it. One, because you don't see it often, and it's different, and it adds, even though children in general are vulnerable, and, innocent players usually in these types of movies, it added even more vulnerability to a child character, and I just think it was an interesting choice that was very effective. Like you said, ratcheted up the tension in a way that you wouldn't maybe get otherwise, but in a unique kind of way. As for favorites, I don't know if I had a favorite character. I really kind of liked everyone in this. Even the guy at the beginning who makes a stupid choice and kind of gets everything rolling, everyone just they felt very realistic.
Yeah, they felt like they had their reasoning for everything, even if it was stupid or bad.
Yep, and the acting was well done, so it felt very natural and realistic, and that's why it was easy to sort of get sucked in and just follow along with everything, because also just how they used kids in this. Like, they just weren't afraid to take it to places that you don't usually see in movies. And it made it even more bleak. You know, it helped add to that. But also, like, I don't know, made them more interesting characters than I think children tend to be in movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little boy, I liked that character. The younger son.
Yes.
In what little of the movie he's in. I even thought the mom was effective. And I liked the grandma who just kept pointing out everything that they were doing wrong.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I really just kind of, like, enjoyed each character for who they were and for, like, for the realism in the movie.
My favorite character was the older lady, the former lover of the younger brother. I thought she was. I thought she was really cool.
She was cool. I really liked the dog.
I really liked the weird looking dog too.
He was so cute.
He was so fat, but with such a weirdly bony head.
I just wanted to like squeeze his little face
and play with his jowls.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some spoilers here. I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Highlights of the movie. Well, let's first of all, let's go over the bad ideas. The bad choices made in this movie.
Yes.
Letting the boy, the brother of the possessed guy, stay over at your house.
Correct.
That was a bad idea.
It was nice and kind, but it was a bad idea.
Yeah. First of all, moving the guy.
Moving the guy.
Was a bad idea.
Just leave him there.
Right. Should we go over the rules? I don't know if it's too important, but there's 7 rules, and they go over them in the movie. The grandma says them to the little boy. Don't use electricity because the shadows that they cast will draw in the bad guys. They do this. Stay away from animals. They do this. Do not harm the rotten. They do this. They can't seem to stop themselves from doing that. Don't take anything that's close to them because they're attached to it. They do this.
Yep.
Never say their name. That calls them. They do this. Don't use a gun. They do that. Don't fear things. Don't fear death. If you fear a hole will open under your feet. So that the rotten is able to use their fears against them, which they do over and over, especially to the main character.
Yeah.
And play on his insecurities, etc. So what else do they do? Moving the body, that's a bad idea. Going to his family's house directly from there, to his wife and kids' house. That was a horrible idea.
The one guy using a gun to shoot the goat.
Horrible idea. Oh, question for you. How did Ruiz's wife, Ruiz was the landowner, how did she know something was wrong with that goat? Do you remember when she's out there and she's like pointing at it? I couldn't tell what she was seeing.
I just chalked that up to the whole, like, the town is privy to some knowledge and, like, knows something. So there's, like, something that maybe she recognizes in it.
But it wasn't something that we were supposed to see?
There was literally nothing because I rewound it and I was like, did I miss something?
Okay.
Other than when all of the other goats ran away.
That one doesn't run, yeah.
And then it, like, walks up close to it and puts its little goat head right on the end of the shotgun. And I was like, oh, you're a tough guy.
That was quite a scene.
Yeah. That scene was her death, or her self-inflicted death, was shocking.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. It didn't look great. That was the only bit of special effects that got a little bit CGI.
Yeah, but I still kind of loved it because it was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And that's when things just, like, go crazy.
And that's when you really know that you got to follow these rules.
Yeah. But by then, it's like, it's just too late. You know no one's going to, and it's going to be a disaster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, using the gun. Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Yep.
Just coming around your children. Bad idea.
Right.
I love that children love evil, and evil loves children. That's a line in the movie.
That's very funny. The rotted guy at the beginning.
When they're moving him, God, how disgusting
to me
was that?
was the grossest part I mean, like, gore is what it is, and seeing that sort of stuff, like, I don't know, you see blood and guts, you've seen blood and guts,
right?
But this was so gross.
The amount of pus and just
the
filth.
amount of pus, and like when he breaks through the sheet,
and the sheet just like, dripping before it. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I felt a little gaggy at that part, and then a scene at the very end.
Yeah, when they're pulling remnants of grandma out of the boy's mouth.
Yeah, pulling hair out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I was like, God, we always got to do this, and I hate it every time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they move the body, and they almost hit that kid with their car.
Yeah.
And they're just yelling at him like, stupid kid.
Yeah.
They move the body falls out of the truck and disappears, and then they go and pick up mom and go and try and pick up the kids, but then the dog sniffs his clothes before he burns them, and the dog is possessed, and the dog grabs the little youngest child and just starts shaking her like a rag doll. Just right, grabs her by the head.
That's the scene we're talking about. Like, you see, it's shot from behind.
They
so
don't
you see
show
just, like,
a
the
lot.
back of the dog. But they show more than you would normally see.
Oh,
like,
they
you
show
don't normally
plenty.
see a dog grab a small girl by the head and then like shake her like a rag doll under a table. And I mean, it was just, and because the camera is right on them, and you're just that whole time just waiting, like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like,
as soon as the dog starts smelling his clothes,
happen.
you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and she's petting him and like being so cute and like right in his face, and he's such a cute little good puppy, but you know what's gonna happen. That scene was just so, it was great.
I'm not gonna lie, I squealed with delight when that happened.
Yeah, it definitely said something out loud, I'm sure, but you just don't see it. You don't see that often, and I'm glad they went there. Again, very triggering. You have to be able to handle seeing something like that, because if that's your thing, it's going to be an upsetting scene to see.
For sure. It's also upsetting when he shoots the dog later.
Yep.
After he finds it. And then he hits her with his car and the mom. Yeah. And she's fine. She comes back.
Well, so does the little girl.
That's what I'm saying. The mom is fine. The little girl is fine. She comes back and the mom's like, oh, she's okay. Everything's fine.
And then she's like, he's going to kill you.
Yeah, and then she whispers into her ear that she's going to get killed by
the dad.
The dad, which happens. He hits her with the car, and then Pedro, the main guy, gets away with his kids somehow and meets up with them. And then they meet the old lady.
Yes.
Who knows how to fight the rotten. They have this contraption that looks like a sextant, kind of, that somehow you have to get them with that, which I thought was kind of cool, too, that it was just like some kind of machine.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It was kind of steampunk.
Uh-huh.
But then while they're there, of course, mom comes back and gets her son, and then she is found later to be eating his brains on the side of the road.
Yep.
Just snacking out of his head like it's a bowl of candy.
Gross. Yeah. And I love the part where the brother, like, speeds up the car and smashes her, like, pins her smashed up against a tree.
Yes.
And then as her head is, like, smashed through the windshield, like, upside down and all bloody, she just, like, starts talking. It's just really, I don't know, it's just a lot of, like, cool looking scenes.
There's a lot of great bloody and and pretty creepy sequences, honestly.
Yeah, the snacking on the brains. I almost forgotten about that, but that was
I made a note, of course, for that one. Mm-hmm. But so then they decide that they've got to go find the rotten. That's the only way that they can fix this, because until they kill it, nothing can be done. But you can't just kill it, of course. They have to kill it with this contraption. And if they had just listened to the lady, because it's at this school. And I also love him working over that little girl because she lies to him.
Yes.
He totally beats up a little girl, hits her with his car door.
Violence against children is not okay, but violence against possessed children is maybe a little more tolerated.
And it makes us sound like monsters that we are so delighted by this. But it's just the transgression of it, you know? And the fact that they leaned into it so hard in this movie. Mm-hmm. And it's obviously not real, guys.
Well, right. I would never condone it in real life. It's a fake fictional movie. These are fake fictional kids.
It's funny to think that mom gets hit by a car 2 times.
I know.
Just nailed twice.
She's having a real rough time.
There are days and then there are days.
Yep.
But it's also fun to think about the fact that Uriel's mom was doing the right thing, but her son fucked it up by killing the cleaner that came.
Yep.
And that the mom was right about getting Pedro the hell out of there, but her boyfriend fucked up by not calling the cops fast enough and then going after and shooting the dog.
Yeah. Everyone just so many bad decisions.
And then the main guy
they
just
go against everything
made
you know.
every wrong choice.
Yes.
And at the end, ends up getting the only person who knows how to fix things killed because he doesn't fucking listen to her because he goes to get the axe, which was totally a trick.
Yep.
Listen to women, everybody. Follow the damn rules.
It's such a shame. Follow the rules. So much could have been avoided.
And then, of course, at the end, he just can't help himself and kills Uriel, the rotten.
Yeah.
Which births this demon in
this little
the form of a bloody child that the other children follow away
into the sunset,
which was the sketch that was in the autistic son's hand.
Yeah.
And I do wish that instead of ending on the dour note of him just losing everybody and holding his brother and crying, I wish they would have ended on the child walking off with the children behind it. I think it would have been a little bit more of an eerie ending.
Yeah, it probably would have. I didn't have any issue with the ending.
Like
they were both.
Well, go ahead.
They both would have been bleak. Like they would have accomplished the same sort of feel, I think, at the end. I think maybe the one like with it walking off, I don't know, would be maybe a little too like tied up.
You think?
But I don't know. I mean,
I think it would have given it more of a like auspicious ending where you know that there's the strong implication that, you know, really bad things are going to happen now.
I mean, I think I had that anyways.
Fair enough.
I thought that was the message they were sending, and I picked up on it.
You picked up what they put down.
I did. And then we wouldn't have gotten the pulling the hair from...
That's true.
The mouth.
Because we didn't really find out what happened to Grandma
gross.
until that happened.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty gross. Pretty gross.
I don't ever want to see that hair being pulled from, like, a throat.
Especially with the blood, too.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
It's nasty.
Did you see the anthology movie Satanic Hispanics?
No.
It's a great title, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I remember it was on streaming a while back, and I had it on my list, and I didn't watch it. And Damien Runya made a segment in that, and that's been his only thing between Terrified and this. So I got.
Well, I'd be curious about it then, for sure.
I just looked it up, and it's not available on streaming anywhere anymore. So I'm going to have to see if I can't dig it up somewhere else, or hopefully it'll come back on streaming soon.
Interesting.
I wonder,
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too, and I wonder if maybe this will become a sequel. I guess Guillermo del Toro optioned Terrified to make an American remake, but it didn't happen, or it hasn't yet happened.
Okay. Well, why we always got to do that?
Why we always got to do that? Leave it alone.
Leave it be.
Leave it well enough alone. You know what was funny? When I finished watching this last night, it said, next up, The Wiggles. I was like, what?
We imagine you have children in your home
because
right now.
You
so
watched
next up
this.
Is The Wiggles. That makes no sense.
No, sure didn't. But it did tickle me.
Yeah.
Definitely tickled me.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So for our next movie.
Yas.
This one's going to be a rental, guys. It is called Dark Harvest. And it is by the director of 30 Days of Night,
Yeah.
which I recently...
I mean, it's really Dark Harvest, but
It's Dark Harvest, yeah.
We love an accent.
And that one really lends itself to one, doesn't it?
Really does.
David Slade is the name of the director.
David Slade.
But it sounds like it's
cool
kind of
name.
a Halloween movie, so we're a little late on it because it's like every Halloween at this time or whatever. But I wanted to do it, and
Then we're going to do it.
we're doing it. And that's the end of that.
Yeah. End of discussion. That's all she wrote.
Listener, have you reviewed us? If not, would you? We'd sure like it. We haven't gotten another review in a while, and I'm feeling kind of sad about it.
Oh, well, don't make Amy sad.
We don't like to make Amy sad, do we?
No.
So, leave a review,
So.
if you would, please. It would help us out and get us more listeners. And join us in
Yes.
2 weeks when we review Dark Harvest. It's rentable for $5.99, not too bad, and it's David Slade, who made a good vampire movie a few years back, so I've got high hopes. And we hope that you'll join us then, and we can discuss it. And I do hope that if you have listened this far and haven't watched When Evil Lurks, that you'll give it a chance. It is on Shudder and AMC+. And so is Terrified. And I also highly
Yes.
recommend that movie.
Both good.
And so does Jamie. And
Both
so
intense
say we
and
all.
gnarly.
Yes.
Yes.
But maybe not while you're eating.
Unless it doesn't bother you.
Unless it doesn't
I was
bother
eating
you.
while watching it.
I ate
and
while I
had
watched
no
this one,
problems.
yeah.
But we're a special breed.
We're gross.
Yeah.
All right. This has been fun. Jamie, thank you for joining me. Listeners, thank
But
you
of
for
course.
listening. And until next time, I've been Amy.
I'm Jamie.
Thank you, good night, and hail Ratma.
Adios.
Vaya con Dios. Ayúdame.
I'm fine.
Just fine, thanks.
Just fine, thanks.